While these images of summer in Woods Hole may seem familiar, imagine how they might be perceived in a place like Oceania. Documentary films are like windows that open to reveal lives, places, and histories that may otherwise be out of view. Whether it's the story of MIT Institute professor Phil Sharp, the one-time Kentucky farm boy who rewrote the rules of molecular biology.
I wasn't the strongest student, but I turned out to be very imaginative.
Or the efforts to protect North Atlantic right whales from extinction. Their power is in making the inaccessible more accessible.
Los noticieros siempre van a marcar y van a pasar en las noticias lo malo que pasa en Ciudad Peronia.
Es body paint, mariposas y luminosos.
Pero en las noticias no ves que pasan una comparsa que están haciendo jóvenes en contra de la violencia. Eso no lo pasan.
Comparsa is about a pair of incredibly inspiring sisters, Leslie and Lupe, who are from a marginalized community on the outskirts of Guatemala City called Peronia. It's very hard for them to get ahead in life, and they're using art as a tool to inspire, empower, and heal the young women in their community.
Hi, I'm Vicki Curtis.
I'm Doug Anderson.
And we are the directors of the documentary Comparsa. Doug and I have known each other since the kindergarten bus stop. We grew up in Wayland, Massachusetts on the same street and have been friends ever since, but it didn't occur to us to collaborate on a project until 2019 when we went down to film. We filmed for a week. We fell in love with these characters, and then the story just kept getting bigger and bigger.
And we basically started the process expecting that we would actually complete the film in 2020, but the pandemic had other plans in mind for us.
They were able to continue filming through the COVID-19 pandemic with the help of a local cinematographer in Guatemala, expanding the project far beyond their original vision.
It became clear to us that it was not a short film, it was a feature film, and we wanted to come back and film over the course of years to tell the story in all of its fullness.
Though the lives of their central characters are often difficult, Curtis and Anderson see the film as a celebration of life, perseverance, and hope.
There was laughing, crying, big feelings, and I think there were a lot of people who felt, wow, I never would have seen that slice of life in that part of the world.
As with many successful documentary productions, the product can be life-changing for the subjects.
They are so excited to be using this film as a tool for change to help work with other communities all around the world.
I always worked with the same components: sky, sun, sand, girl, swimsuit.
Hi, my name is Jill Campbell. I'm the director and producer of Beyond the Gaze, and it's about the female founding editor of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
That issue is seen by an estimated 50 million people every year. 1/3 of them women. That might not be what you'd expect. But then again, Julie Campbell is not what you'd expect either.
Julie Campbell was a female pioneer in an industry dominated by men.
She helped launch Christy Brinkley's career, Cheryl Tiegs, Tyra Banks, Elle Macpherson. We shot with Ashley Richardson in Boston, and they're all in our film.
While some have been critical of Campbell for what they perceive as the objectification of women,
and I'm already going straight to hell,
this piece offers an alternative perspective.
She kind of protected the women she worked with and learned how to navigate these sexist halls and created one of the most profitable magazine issues in publishing history.
I never had a boring life. A lot of struggles, but if you survive them, you're stronger.
Interesting. Back to comparsa, that's actually a term that's used for costumed singers, musicians, dancers who take place in Carnival or festival in Latin America primarily or Spain.
All right, and besides being a hit at Woods Hole, the documentary Comparsa also won the Grand Jury Prize for International First Feature at the Sheffield Doc Fest in England.